Welcome to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
So every setting has different setup rules, like I mentioned before. So we're going to play the space station setting. So the setup for the space station requires the following things to be in play. And since it looks like we're going to have 4. Oh, that's a fortuitous turn of events. I'm going to get out of someone's way so they can sit here. Good. You here to play Villains and Henchmen? Just checking it out. Okay, are you signed up by chance? Yeah. Perfect. In that case, have a seat. Would you like to sit same side, across? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Cool. In that case, that's 1 to all. Oh, okay. What time is it?
It is 2:02.
So, the other person you weren't signed up, were you? Okay. In that case, yeah, go ahead and see, guys. So, Villains and Henchmen, 1 to 4 player co-op. Comic book themed game where you're playing the bad guys. So you're trying to work together to break your supervillain boss out of prison. So there are you select 1 of 4 prisons at the beginning of the game, have their own setup rules, victory conditions, etc. This time around we're playing the space station. This is kind of like the basic beginner scenario. That's not to say that it's easy or a guaranteed win, it's just the most predictable game scenario. So the way you're going to accomplish your goals is by buying superpowers out of one of the 2 decks. You're going to use those superpowers to defeat heroes, guards, and obstacles that are standing in your way so that you can accomplish your objectives. So, in the space station, the way you win is you have to defeat one of 2 heroes, either the Gadgeteer, who happens to be in play, or the Protector, and you need to get any 4 of the following cards: the force field power, the high-tech power, the control panel obstacle, or the shield generator obstacle. So any combination of 4 of those and that hero will win you guys the game. Now there are 3 copies of each of those cards except for the Gadgeteer. So there are 3 control panels, 3 shield generators, 3 force fields, 3 high-tech. So you have a number of opportunities to get them. It's just a matter of them coming out when you can afford them and when you can manage to defeat them so that you can win. So it's going to require some coordination. So that is this setting card. I'll put that there. Now, the main way that you're going to interact with things in the game is using the cards in your hand. At the beginning of the game, you're all going to have a hand of 5 cards, and those cards are going to consist of attack cards, which you use to attack things by placing them on a specific target. Attack cards stay on the target from one turn to the next. So if that was my turn, that would give him the opportunity to finish this guy off by playing 2 more attack cards.
Awesome.
So they stick around until someone either defeats it or an effect removes the attack cards. You can use attack cards on anything that has a heart symbol, or any obstacle that has the attack burst icon. So you'll see that it matches that little thing. So that's attack cards, pretty straightforward. Defense cards can be used in 1 of 2 different ways. Some obstacles, I can never pull one when I need it.
It's a magic trick.
Seriously. There we go. Some obstacles, instead of requiring attack cards to attack them, you can actually play either defense cards if they have the shield symbol, or power surge if they have the power surge symbol. So this card requires 5 attack and or defense. Ignore the 1, it's a typo. So any combination of attack and defense, once you hit 5, defeats that obstacle. The same as if this was attack and power surge, any combination of 5. This one requires just straight up power surges, so that one's expensive, but that's another option that you can do with some of the obstacles. So defense cards, in addition to attacking certain obstacles, can be put in your defense space on your player mat, and that is going to protect your hand of 5 cards. So when a hero, guard, or obstacle would make you discard a card, if you don't have a card in your defense, then it hurts your hand, which means you start your next turn at a limited capacity. So having defense saved up can protect your hand so that next turn you're more effective. And then the last card is the Power Surge cards. Like I mentioned, they can be used to attack any obstacle that has the Power Surge symbol. More importantly, you're going to use these to buy powers. So in order to buy 1 power or 1 copy of a power, it costs you 2 Power Surges for the first copy of the card. So for instance, if I wanted this Invulnerability, I'd spend 2 Power Surges, I would get the level 1 version of Invulnerability. If I wanted the level 2 version, I'd have to wait for another copy of Invulnerability to come out and then spend 3 more Power Surges to buy it. So level 2 is expensive, but it's usually pretty cool. So those are the kind of currency cards in the game. Pardon me, sorry. So yeah, that's the quick primer. You all have 2 archetype cards. You can look at them, select one, and discard the other one. The archetype is basically a free bonus power that you get that doesn't cost you anything at the beginning of the game. You just get it. There's also some cool artwork, so there you go. So, yep, I'll take the one you discard, and the one you keep, go ahead and put it face up in your archetype space.
Where'd you go? The Cyborg. I went with the Assassin.
Nice.
Huh?
I'll take those. Those go to you.
Or the manipulator.
Oh, sorry. You're welcome to go through and look at those if you like.
The artwork is gorgeous.
Yeah, we've got some pretty talented artists working on this stuff, so. Alright, so normally in a game of Villains and Henchmen, the way you decide who goes first is by determining who has conducted the most villainy lately. So if you've cut someone off in traffic, you might go first. If you've embezzled from a little old lady, you're probably definitely going first. If you are not comfortable with confessing your wrongdoings, you can either concede to someone else, or you can just determine random. For the purposes of this game, we'll go with this guy going first.
He's pretty villainous.
Let's not go with you going first, because your archetype works just a little bit differently than the rest. So I want to see everybody see a normal turn in action first. So let's go ahead and have you go first.
Okay. So
the first round of the game is called the ambush round, because we're bad guys. We didn't call them up at their space station and say, hey, we'll be there around 0700, just FYI. We showed up and we kicked down the door. So what that means is that these guys have no special abilities that will affect you in any way on the first round. So it's a free turn to kind of even the odds, buy some powers, and get ready for when things get really crazy. So as a result, you're going to skip the refresh phase on your turn, and you're going to go right to attacking.
Okay.
So in general, you're not supposed to tell people exactly what cards you have in your hand. You're kind of meant to keep it generally, general terms. But go ahead and lay your cards out on the table just so I can help walk you through the first turn. Just him. You can keep yours in. Holy cow. Whoa. That's actually really good for you. That's really good for anybody, but especially you. So, you're going to use your attack card on one of the targets of your choice. Now, you're not going to be able to defeat anything on your turn. Well, actually, I take that back. You could, in theory. So if you wanted to, you could play your attack card on the Special Forces, who has 2 health.
Uh-huh.
So that would basically take him down to 1 health. You could then use your Assassin ability to hit him for 1 more damage and finish him off.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to set up another one of these cards for someone else to finish, you could play it on either the Gadgeteer, who is one of the victory conditions for this setting, or you could put it on one of the other targets. It's a matter of whether or not you want to do something that's initially good for you right away, or if you want to kind of help set up everybody else first.
Yeah. So let's go for this one.
Okay. So you take that one attack card, you put it on him, and then you're going to use your,
Basically, tap the card.
there you go. And then that's going to defeat it. That guy goes into your victory points.
Woohoo!
Now, we haven't talked about victory points yet. This is a cooperative game, 95%. The last 5% is that assuming you as a group win and break the supervillain out of this current prison, whoever has the most victory points at the end gets to be the MVP, the most villainous player. So it's basically just bragging rights.
Like all good things in life.
Exactly. So, the other thing you can do with victory points is if you realize that you don't have enough power surges to buy a power on your turn, you can spend your victory points as power surges to buy a power. So you sacrifice long-term victory points for immediate power up. So, luckily don't have to do that. So you've attacked, you defeated this guy, so you're done with the attack enemy card step. Next, you're going to bank your defenses and your power surges. So you'll notice at the bottom of your player card, you got defense, power surge.
Yep.
So your defense cards are going to go in your defense space. Your power surge cards are going to go in your power surge space. And then you move on to the buy power step.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can spend those 2 power surges that you've got in order to buy one of the powers that's out on the table.
Which we've got invisibility, force field, weaponry.
Energy blast, transmutation, and invulnerability.
I would go for the invisibility.
So, something for you to know is that one of the victory cards you need to win is that force field power. So if you wanted to, you could buy it now and put it on the victory pile so that you guys are that much closer to winning from the get-go.
For the team, I'll go for that.
Okay.
And it was 1 or 2?
It's 2.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, but it's good for the team.
It's good for the team. But not having powers at the beginning of the game can really seriously hinder your ability. The last game I ran, people didn't buy powers their first turn, and they ended up losing really badly.
Okay.
So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
And I'll let you make that decision. Neither one is wrong.
I will at the moment, since I already got a kill under my myself, buy the power to cover for the team.
So that's going to go next to the setting card.
Okay.
Yep, and that's now the victory pile.
Okay.
So now that we're done with that, you're going to redraw 5 cards.
Okay. From
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from there.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then during the ambush round, you skip phase 3. On a normal turn, you'd start playing event cards and terrible things would happen, but you get 1 free turn where you don't have to worry about that. So it's going to skip over to your turn. So normally, people would attack first, but because you're the cyborg, you actually buy your powers before you attack things. But you can use those powers this turn. So since you've got a ton of power surges, you could actually buy 2 powers right now in order to use to attack things.
I will buy invulnerability.
Okay?
Oh.
These will go over here. Now, Energy Blast basically lets your attack cards be more powerful. Weaponry gives you either attack or an extra attack or defense on your turn, so it gives you a little versatility, but it's not super powerful on its own. Transmutation lets you basically determine which obstacle is going to get played. So basically, an obstacle gets played, you use your power to turn it into a different obstacle, is the idea. And then the other one is invisibility, lets you ignore harmful effects that would hurt you.
I'll buy energy blast.
Okay. All right, so now that you've spent those, you're going to do your attack step. So these guys are going to take up space. Actually, let's move that down just a tiny bit, just because I don't want you to get too infringed on that by that guy. So now you're going to go ahead and what's your last card? All right. So you can choose whether you want to attack the doors, the control panel, or the hero. So the hero only has 3 health. So you'd be setting someone else up to defeat him fairly easily, and he is one of the victory cards. But if you leave these guys out, the control panel will actually respawn these laser turrets, which are bad news. But then again, if you leave the doors out, at the end of the ambush round, they're going to close, and you won't be able to hurt any other obstacles until you get rid of the doors. So these are not an immediate threat, but they could be a long-term problem. These guys are pretty much an immediate threat, and they're a victory condition. But the problem is, if he's still alive at the end of the ambush round, he's going to bring out another obstacle, and he's going to boost these obstacles to make them stronger. So these 2 are both pretty equally bad, quite frankly. So it's up to you who you want to attack. Neither one is a bad choice.
I got the guard out of the way for you, man. The assassin cleared the way.
I think I'll go with the hero, so that way he doesn't boost him and get another one.
Yep.
All right,
That's a good choice.
So that stays there. Now that you're done attacking, you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw 5 cards. There we go. Hey, how's it going? So I checked, and they said that there's no problem with doing any filming. We'll have to check with these guys once you're set up. So, all right. So now that you've done that, you got your 5 cards back. We're going to skip the event step, so it's going to be your turn, sir.
So, understand this right. I will attack.
Okay. Boom. There you go.
I see a pattern.
I would normally resolve,
Bless you.
but I think I'm going to use a power surge on him.
So you're going to put 1 damage on that. Now, here's the thing. If he doesn't have enough to finish it off on his turn, then that power surge is going to stay there until you get rid of the doors.
Okay.
So you might be better off saving that for your next turn. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, one for you and one for your... Cool, thank you.
So, I guess that ends my turn. I just bank my defenses and my
Yep.
power surge.
So you're protected in case something happens. You've got a power surge, so the next turn you're almost guaranteed to be able to buy a power. So that's going to work out well.
Okay.
So now you're going to get your 5 cards. There you go. And then it's going to pass over to your turn, sir. Okay. So
Very
you've
nice.
defeated this hero. You now have to make a choice. Do you want to put that on the victory pile, or do you want to keep it for yourself for points? Once you make the decision, you cannot change your mind.
So will he come up again, or will we have
So
to get
he
the
probably wouldn't, but there is another hero that will help you win. So you could gamble on getting that other hero before things pile up and overwhelm you guys. Or you could just be a team player and put on the victory pile now so you don't have to worry about it.
other? No, I'll take it.
Okay,
It's all about the individual villainy.
so that's going to go in your victory point space. There you go. So if you have any other attack cards, you can play them now.
I do not.
Okay, so your defense cards are going to go in your defense space. And then you can spend power surges to buy a power. And if you want, you can spend the Gadgeteer that you just defeated to buy an additional power as well. Because he's worth 2 victory points, which you can convert into 2 power surges. And that'll also technically put him into the discard pile, so he could come back at that point. As long as he's in your victory points, there's no chance of him coming back. I don't know how I managed that. Cool.
I'm going to buy weaponry. I assume that these are refreshed.
Yes. Yep. Normally, you get new powers at the end of every turn, but during the ambush round, you don't.
It's because we struck like lightning.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So
I
Anthony,
will go ahead and
what is your badge number, please, real quick?
15266.
15266. Kelly, I assume is not here.
Who?
Kelly Demirjian.
Nope.
Matt.
Nope.
James.
James. It is 15216.
15216. Trevor.
15378.
5378. And Scott. It's on the front of your badge.
It's a little tiny number there.
15386.
15386. All right. There's nothing more villainous than logistics. So now that that's out of the way, we can get back to the game. Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and spend the Gadgeteer, so put it back in play.
Okay.
And I'll buy invisibility.
Okay. So now that you're done with that, you're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Those are going to go to you. These are going to come here. All right. So that is the end of the ambush round. So what happens at that point is that all of the cards that are left in play are going to activate. So the control panel has a reveal ability. That's what the eyeball symbol is. So normally that would happen when you reveal it off the top of the deck. But at the end of the ambush round, since they're already in play, we just trigger them. So his reveal ability is that we're going to play the top card of the obstacle discard pile. So it's going to bring these laser turrets back online. So the laser turrets are going to come out into play. They have a reveal ability that is going to make everybody discard one card from their hand now. Now, if you have a defense card saved, you can prevent that, and you have invulnerability, which gives you a defense. So you can exhaust that to prevent that damage. So there you go. Perfect.
I will take one from my defense pile.
Perfect.
Does invisibility?
So because you just bought it this turn, it's got summoning sickness if you're a Magic player, so it's exhausted the turn that you buy it.
It comes in exhausted.
But if you have a defense card in your defense space, then you can use that to not take the damage from your hand.
That's okay.
Okay? Yeah, you're the brute, so you've got some defense in the up your sleeve as well. So you've got some defense to spare. So now that that's happened, the reinforced doors are going to close, which means you can't hurt these obstacles until this is out of the way. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to refresh the powers. So go ahead and play 3 more on for that one. And actually the one on top goes all the way to the left. There you go. And actually, so that one's going to push this guy over.
Oh, I see.
There you go. So it's like a conveyor belt. So a new one comes out and it pushes them all to the right.
Okay.
And are you guys okay with us doing a little bit of filming of
Sure.
the playtest, the demo session? Okay. Thank you very much. So now that that's happened, we're going to go into your your second turn.
Phase 1?
And yep, we're going to start at phase 1. So
Okay, so
ignore the wording on that step 1.
okay.
It's, I don't know what happened there, but it's not the right wording. So step 1 is to check for heroes and guards.
Okay.
If there are no heroes and there are no guards, they're not going to let you just hang out in their house and break their stuff. So you as the active player have to choose if you want to play a hero or play 2 guards.
I would
And
rather
they're-
play 2 guards.
Okay, so they're going to attack you immediately.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so the commander beefs up other guards, so they make you discard an additional card, and the commander's reveal ability is you have to discard that pretty victory card you have over there.
Oh.
Now, if you want to prevent that, as a group, you can pool together 4 total defense, so 1 defense for each player of the game, but it has to be a defense that's already out on the table, so you cannot play it from your hand.
I'm willing to chip in 2.
You can't; those are in your hand. It has to be on. It has to be on the table.
Oh.
So
No,
if
it's got to be from here.
Yep. So if you have 2 and you have 1 and you have 1,
I've only got 1 to donate.
That's fine.
okay, so that'll do it.
Okay.
That'll prevent the commander from getting rid of one of your victory cards. So that was guard number 1. Guard number 2 is a medic. The medic would heal any other guards that are out and revive a guard. But since there are no defeated guards, it doesn't do anything. So you dodged a bit of a bullet there. That was good. That was good. So now that you're done with that step, you're going to go into refreshing your powers.
Okay.
Now you have to spend a power surge for that one.
Okay.
Your normal powers you don't, but your archetype abilities you have to spend because you didn't have to buy them at the beginning of the game. So they
Okay.
kind of cost along the way.
Okay.
So if you want to refresh that now, you have to spend a power surge from your hand.
Okay. And I do not have one, so keep it tapped?
Yep.
Okay. So,
So is there a better place for you to set up? You want me to change? Okay.
so first I'm going to want to take out the medic.
Okay. Boom, he's gone. So I'll take the attack card. You'll take the guard.
Okay, so how many cards can I play at one
You
time?
actually are going to play all of your cards on your turn.
Okay.
If you don't have a valid target for a particular card, it just gets discarded.
Okay. So, and I can't use defense cards on her, only attack cards,
Correct. Yep.
right? Okay, so gonna take a chunk out of her
Okay.
and then bank my defense cards.
All right. Now, if you want to, you can spend those 2 victory points that you've accumulated to buy a power. Is there not a good angle, or? Okay. Let me know if you need anything. I'll stop bothering you.
Okay, so for that one, it's
You
basically surge and a tap, and you take out an obstacle or a guard.
So, that's what that means is you exhaust it. So you basically turn it off for a turn.
Okay.
So it might make it easier for you to defeat it, or it might just prevent it from hurting you.
So I'm actually going to go for that.
Okay.
The assassin has weather control.
These are guards, so they're going to go in the guard discard.
Pretty cool game.
Oh, thank you. I hope you get the chance to play it. I'll be here a few more times today and tomorrow. So. Cool.
That puts you up, Trevor.
So now that that's done, you're. Not just yet, actually. So you're going to draw your 5 cards back.
Okay. Thank you.
And then.
I'll be back to get more footage later.
Okay. So once you are done with your redraw step, you're now going to go into the phase 3 events. So you're going to play an event card. So this event is Retributive Strike. So it is an event that stays out, and basically it means the next player who plays an attack card, regardless of who the target is, they have to immediately discard a card from their hand.
Ooh.
So, and then that thing goes away. So basically whoever you attack basically gets in a sucker punch and makes you discard a card. So now that the event is out, there is a recur ability. So that's the next step, is play enemy recur abilities. So the laser turret is going to make you discard a card from your hand. It's
Okay.
basically going to shoot you. Now you can use a defense card from your defense space.
I'll go with this one.
Okay. Then we're going to cycle the powers. So for power deck A, just play a card into that empty space. For power deck B, you're going to play a new card. It's going to push all of those cards one space to the right. And since there is no space to hold this one, it's going to get discarded.
Okay. So it's constantly evolving. And
Yep. And those act as timers. So if either one of those decks runs out, you lose. Because you can't take all day to do a prison break.
Okay.
So you not only have to keep an eye on everything going on up here, you have to make sure those don't get so low that you're like, well, if we had 3 more turns, we've only got 2. We lost. So now it's your turn.
Alright,
Do
So
some
you can
damage.
refresh your powers.
alright, so so wait, for the event, I guess I can't use this.
Actually, so invulnerability is one of the only things in the game that can protect you against that.
Okay.
Because
Nice.
normally you would discard all of your defense cards before you play your attack cards. But because this is a power, you basically at any time can say, I want to get a point of defense. So you're going to play your attack card on whoever you want to play it on.
And she only has 1 life left.
Yeah, I'll play
Yep.
one of them on.
Okay? So
Bam.
then this is going to make you discard a card. You can use your invulnerability to ignore that. So you still have 2 attack cards. So she's defeated and she goes into your victory points.
Nicely done.
Yep, and the only target that's valid is this guy.
So
And this is a misprint. He's only got a 4. So you only need 4 attack to defeat that guy. There you go. And this is going to go away. Yep.
You got all crazy on everything.
All right.
Took out
there
the
you
captain and smashed the
oh,
door.
wait, I have 2 powers.
You do?
Yeah, I'll use
Yeah, but you have to buy your powers first. Remember, because you're the
next time.
next time exactly. There you go. So now that he's got his cards, we're going to draw another event. It's backup systems.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is going to be rough. Backup systems is going to heal the reinforced doors. It's then going to make us play another obstacle, which is a shield generator, which in a way is good because that's one of the victory cards, but in a way it's a lot worse because it's going to make everybody discard the first attack card they play every turn.
Ooh.
Because it's basically a force field.
So you have to pummel through it.
Then the backup systems is going to make us trigger the other obstacles that are in play. So the control panel is going to make us play another obstacle, which is another laser turrets.
Things just got really bad.
The laser turrets are going to make everybody discard a card unless you have defense. So yep, you're going to want to definitely spend that because this is going to hurt in a second.
All of a sudden, we took out the Gadgeteer, but we see all the gadgets he left.
Yeah, pretty much. All his gadget friends got mad. Then it's going to the backup system is going to trigger the other laser turrets that were already out. So everybody is going to have to discard another card from their hand. Now, if you want to use your brute ability, yeah, you'll get 2 defense, and whatever you don't spend stays until your next turn. So. Nope, it's just 2 points of defense that you have. So yeah, that went kind of crazy.
Bad things
Now,
happen.
at the end of your turn, there are 2 laser turrets that both have recur abilities. They're going to make you discard a card from your hand. So you're going to discard 2 cards from your hand.
Right now?
Yep. Oh, wait a second. Aha. So you played 2 attack cards on this guy, right? I forgot you had Energy Blast, which makes it so that you pick 1 target, and any attack cards that you play against that target count as 2 attack.
Oh, so you dropped 4.
So that would technically, if you use this, would have been 4 damage. So that defeats this. So we're gonna go ahead and discard that because.
Way to go for the cyborg.
Yep. So
And I'm just a henchman.
yeah, but you're working your way up to being a full-fledged villain. Exactly. So you blow through the doors, which means now other people can attack these, which is going to be super helpful.
Which means tons of progress is happening.
Yes.
Tons of progress.
So now we're going to cycle the powers. So yep, we're going to move all those to the right. So we're going to discard this guy at the end. I'll take that. Yep, I'll take that guy. So that'll get discarded. And then
Lots
it is
of
your turn,
strength over here.
Scott. Holy cow! Yeah, that's a good one.
So I will attack
Okay.
laser turrets.
And you can play attack or defense on the laser turrets. So either one will count.
Okay. And then
But now that I think about it, because the shield generator's out, he's going to make you discard the first attack card you play.
okay. So then can I play a defense on it instead?
Yep,
and keep
absolutely.
my attack card?
Well,
You
either way,
have
you
to
lose.
play your attack card, so
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And then I guess I will. I'm done with that, and then I'll spend 2 power surges. And can I take them either?
Yep,
set?
either one, yep.
Oh man.
Ooh, that's an area effect one right there.
What's the villain one? Oh, I
That's
see.
this, yep.
Oh. Wow. I'm gonna take a speed.
Need for speed.
And then I'll turn those in.
All right.
And
Took
then,
speed, huh?
yeah.
Speed's a good power. It's a favorite, a fan favorite.
And I'm done.
All right, so you're going to draw your 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So now the recur abilities are going to happen. Oh no, sorry. First an event. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Heroic Response is going to make us play the top card of the hero deck.
Oh no! They called for backup.
No, they call it that.
It's the Super Soldier, so the Captain America equivalent. The
With a
Super
chain
Soldier's
gun.
reveal ability, it's a laser chain gun, yes.
Oh.
The Super Soldier's reveal ability is that you have to discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you're going to have to discard a victory card. And I don't think you guys have enough defense hanging out to prevent that, so that'll be 2 of those. So that force field is going to get discarded from the victory card. Actually, it's only him that has to discard it,
Oh.
because this guy doesn't have the area of effect ability.
Okay.
So that's going to go there. So he basically set you guys back in victory cards, but there's still a lot of other ones you can get, so it's not terrible. Unfortunately, you still have the laser turrets that have recur abilities. They're both going to make you discard 1 card from your hand.
It's always
Oh, and as the lunatic, just keep in mind that in the future you have to discard at random.
Okay.
So now that we're done with the recur abilities, we're going to go ahead and play the powers. So go ahead and play a new one for deck B, and yep, there you go. You got it.
Isn't it always the villains that get? Isn't it usually the villains that get the advantage in these situations?
No. The heroes always win.
But still, the villain usually starts off with the advantage.
Usually, yeah, but not in this game. Because remember, you start off as villains, you're working or as henchmen. You're working your way up to being villains. So it is now your turn, sir.
Step 1 is a correction.
So yeah, you would check to see if there are heroes and guards, but since there's a hero out, you don't have to do anything. So then you go into, you refresh your powers. That one costs you a power surge to refresh. It says it in the description of the card.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then you're going to go ahead and attack stuff.
How many to take out the laser turret?
So he needs 4 more, either attack or defense cards.
If you hit it, I'll be able to finish it off.
And I have to discard 1 because of the shield generator as well?
Well, what do you have in your hand?
3 attacks.
Yeah, you'll have to discard 1 of them then.
I have no powers to buy, nothing to buy powers with.
Right. Okay, yeah. Now, luckily, your weaponry lets you use a defense on your turn. So it'll kind of protect you from the laser turrets when that happens. So your weaponry is a good power to have right now. So those are your 5 cards.
What does invisibility mean? Ignore the abilities.
So any reveal or recur abilities on an obstacle, you can ignore it. Can I actually see the card real quick? Yeah, so what that means is you can basically say, hey, you know that one obstacle that's attacking me? I'm not going to suffer any of its effects this turn. So
I have to tap it.
Yep, you have to exhaust it. So you got your cards. Now we're going to do an event. Hey, this is actually a good card for you guys. There are only 2 good event cards out of a 35-card deck, and this is one of them. So, Villainous Recovery is going to say, starting with the active player, every player gets to draw back up to a hand of 5 cards. If you already have 5 cards, you get to draw an extra card. So,
Good job.
Glad to be of help.
so that could have been bad for this guy, but luckily this card is going to put him back up to a full hand. So there's your 6th card. How many
I
do you
got
have?
4.
So you're going to get 1 to go back up to 5.
Thank you.
You're going to get 3 to go back up to 5. And you're going to get a total of 4 to go back up to 5. So good timing on that. Now, the recur abilities on the obstacles are going to go off. So 1 laser turret is going to make you discard a card from your hand. You can use your invisibility to ignore that completely. It doesn't cost you anything. The other laser turret is going to make you discard a card from your hand, but you can use weaponry for a defense to prevent that. So
Shot
there
the
you go.
lasers out of the air.
Yeah, exactly. So now that you are done with your recur, we're going to cycle the powers. Take that guy, and I'll take that other strength that came off there, and thank you.
Okay, that's,
Is there any limit to the cards I have in my hand?
Nope. And now it is your turn, sir.
okay.
You're going to start off by checking for heroes. There's a hero, so you don't have to do anything.
Okay.
So you'll skip to the refresh phase.
Okay.
Everything is, unless you have a power surge, you want to spend to refresh that.
Not at the moment.
Okay. You're going to discard those defense cards you have there.
Okay.
Or that defense card, I should say.
Okay.
And now you can attack.
Okay, so make sure I got this right. Tap this and spend a power surge. I
Yep.
want to take care of that shield generator.
So that's
Basically
exhausted.
tap it.
Yep.
So it's out of the way. So all I need is 2 attacks to take out that, so I'm not losing one to
Absolutely.
the force
There you
field.
go. Nice.
And we tap that and give you the power surge.
That's going to go there. I'll take that. These go away.
And then bank my 2 defense.
Nice. Well played.
Teamwork.
That's exactly how that's supposed to work.
Weather control shut down the force field.
There you go.
Because I knew I could do it with that combo. It's a beautiful combo there.
Yep. So now that you've got those, we'll play an event. And it's a heroic defense. This is another persistent event. So the next 2 attack cards played have to be played on this card. Then it goes away. So now that that's done, this 1 laser turret is going to make you discard a card from your hand.
Okay.
Or you can spend a defense.
I'll spend the defense.
All right, there you go. Then we're going to cycle the powers. Thank you.
That force field's a good one. Trevor, if you've got the points to spend that force field, that's a nice one.
It's also one of our victory cards. So,
Can you get 2 of the same power?
yeah, if you do, you get access to the level 2 ability on the power on the card. So now it's your turn. So we're gonna check for heroes, which we have. We're gonna refresh targets so the shield generators come back online. You're gonna refresh both of your powers you have. You don't have any defense cards, so but you would discard them from there. Yeah.
And so,
There you go.
Cyborg is upgraded.
So do you want to buy that for yourself or as a victory card?
For the team or for you?
I'll buy it for the team.
Oh, you're a good guy.
So it's going to go over, yep, by the, sorry, that'll go over there, those will go there.
And I can attack.
Yep,
And I'll just get rid of this now.
Good job.
yep, so actually, because the shield generators are out,
It's still going to cost.
you play one and it discards it, and then this one sticks around.
And I bank my
Those damn pesky force fields.
I'm so sorry. You were right. Event cards take precedence over everything else.
Oh, okay.
So they both go to this, and then that's gotten rid of, and those stick around. So you got rid of the heroic defense, which is good. There you go. Now we're going to play an event card. Actually, you don't want to bank those yet. You want to keep those in your hand. So the event card is a hull breach. This is a special event that's only used in the space station. And basically it's going to make you guys discard a total of 2 power surges or victory points per player. So I'll just do this as an example. They have to be banked. So you don't have any power surges, so you're going to discard 1 victory points. And since you can't pay the 2, we're going to go to the discard pile and we're going to pull a power surge out of there. So that's your 2. Now for you, do you have any nothing? Okay. So in that case, we're going to have to take 2 out of the discard pile for you. So there's 2.
happens if we run out of the discard pile.
Actually, nothing. So it's almost a good thing. So these...
Thank God we had no loot because nothing got sucked
Exactly. Now the problem is, these go in the defeat pile next to the space station.
down. Oh.
So, yep, on the other side. Perfect. If that ever gets to 10 total points worth of victory points or power surges, you lose. You can buy those off on a 1-for-1 basis by spending power surges, which is usually a good idea because it's taking 3 power surges out of circulation. So it's going to make it more difficult for you guys to buy powers and do what you need to do with power surges. And they contribute to you guys losing in the long run. So that's the whole breach.
So this is 4, but I thought you said it was 2 per person.
If we
Sorry, it's 2 per person if you have any. If you don't have any, you go to the discard pile. And if the discard pile doesn't have any more, then you guys lucked out.
we got really lucky it happened early on.
Yeah.
If it was going to happen, best time to happen.
Yep.
So it's my turn?
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
the laser turrets are going to make you discard a card from your hand, but you've got defense, so you can prevent that. That'll go there. Then we're going to cycle the powers. Thank you. And now it's your turn.
Time control.
It's 5 defenses to kill the laser turrets, right? Not 1.
Say that again.
It's 5 defenses to destroy the laser turrets?
5 attack or defense. Yep. Now you have the speed card.
Yeah, so I get to draw an extra 1.
Here's the cool thing. Every obstacle has what are called bypass powers.
Okay.
So what that means is if you have the right power, you can spend a power surge and just immediately discard and destroy that obstacle.
Okay.
So because you have speed, speed is actually one of the cards you need to defeat the control panel. So if you want to spend a power surge and exhaust speed, you don't get to draw a card, but you can defeat this without having to spend 5 cards to do it.
Ah.
And because this is a victory card, that's really beneficial for you guys.
Use your speed to go up there and hit that control panel.
Yep. Yeah, so you actually have Energy Blast, which can take care of that, and you have Invulnerability to take care of this one.
And also the whole team has force shield, right?
Well, no, it's out of commission.
Oh.
It's just a
It's
victory
saved
card.
in the victory pile.
Yeah.
Unless a card comes out to take from the victory pile.
Yep.
So, I would like to... Can I use my powers now?
Yes, but you cannot both draw a card and defeat this obstacle. You can do one or the other.
I would like to draw a card.
Okay.
Hopefully it was the card you were wanting.
I'm gonna play an attack on the laser turret.
The shield generator makes you discard that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and I'll play 3 defenses on the laser turret.
Wow, okay, all right.
And then I will play 2 power surges.
Work.
And I can get the other 3.
Only if you had 3 power surges.
So I will take.
High Tech is one of the victory cards, so if you wanted to buy that for the table, you could.
There's some good ones.
There are some good ones. I want to see time.
That one could be used to skip the check on the hero.
No, it skips it. Skip the event phase,
Oh.
or skip discard or drawing a new power card.
See, it's the event phase would be nice to skip.
Right. So it's like either you can skip something bad happening, or you can stall time for a round.
So flight and invisibility are like the same thing. But...
Sort of, but not quite. Invisibility lets you ignore only obstacles.
Okay.
Flight lets you ignore any card that's out on the table.
Okay.
So
Like a force field.
I will take
sort of, yeah.
flight.
Alrighty. So he's a flying super speed lunatic.
Oh boy.
That sounds like the perfect combination.
What was that?
That sounds like the perfect combination.
Oh yeah. While I'm shuffling these, do you mind playing an event card for his turn?
Sure.
Thank you.
So, event card, untapped potential. Discard the most recent card to enter play, then play the top card of the hero deck. If no guards are in play the top card of the guard deck.
So basically a guard would level up into a hero, but since there are no guards, sorry, that's yours. Since there are no guards in play, that's just going to play a new guard.
Okay.
So it's a special forces. He's going to make you discard a card from your hand. And the laser turrets, as a recur ability, will also make you discard a card from your hand.
I saw that trick.
Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cycle the powers.
2 time controls.
Nice. I'll take that. Thank you. And it is your turn, sir.
Don't forget to refresh.
So yeah, you check for heroes guards first, but you're good. So yep, you'll refresh your powers.
So I can attack, right?
Yep.
Lasers already have 3 out of 5 on it. But the force field is in play.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you 3. Take care of
Attack and defense. So I'll to attack.
Nice.
All right. So you discard one of the attacks. You put the other cards on the laser turret, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
God.
So now the laser turret's gone. It's out of the picture. I'll take those. Nicely done. Now, don't forget, your weaponry gives you an attack if you choose to use it that way. So you could actually... You could basically use the weaponry to finish the laser turrets off and still have an attack card left over that you could put on another target. So like you could hit the control panel or this super soldier who's going to be a problem later.
What's the life of the shield generator?
Say that again?
What's the...
It's a 5 for the... Oh,
It's a 4 power surges to get rid of it.
Oh,
So you can't play attack cards on it, but you can play attack cards on the control panel.
just fine.
but he'd lose the first one, wouldn't he?
No, because he's already discarded
Oh.
one for this. It's only the first attack card you play on your turn.
All right, cool.
I'm going to help myself, actually, and 3 power surges to get the second level
You
of
keep giving me.
visibility.
Nice. Okay.
And that's it.
So you're gonna put this attack card on the control panel, or are you
I'm
gonna
not gonna use
you're gonna save that for defense? Nice. So these will come to me. There you go. No problem. Events.
Da-da-da.
Heroic recovery. So this would heal the hero if he was wounded, or if there were no heroes, it would revive a hero. But since he's out there, he's not wounded, it doesn't do anything. So it's kind of a free turn for you guys.
He's sitting in the room, tapping his foot with a cigar in his mouth, going, "Why haven't we got here yet?"
Yeah, exactly. So there are no more recur abilities because you got rid of the laser turrets, which means that we're going to skip right to cycling the powers. What's up, buddy? You guys find any games to play yet?
Light.
Oh. Have you guys looked at the binder to sign up? Go look at the binder to sign up because that way you can guarantee yourself a spot. If you wait until the game starts, it'll probably be full.
It's usually a lot harder that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so start up. We've got the hero, refresh, and I'm going to go ahead and use a power surge and this to shut off the force field,
Okay.
because that force field's a pain in the butt.
Totally.
And going to go one attack on the control panel,
Okay.
and then bank my defenses.
All right.
Oh, and forgot to get rid of that one. That one, and bank these.
All right. There's 4. While I'm shuffling, you mind playing an event card?
So, next event card is Counterattack. Trigger all I abilities possessed by guards in play.
There you go.
Thank you. And if there are no guards in play, the guard triggered by this card affects all players starting with the active player.
Yep.
So the guard's power is discard one card from your hand.
So you'll have to discard one from your hand unless you want to use one of your defense cards.
I will use one of my defense cards.
All right. You'll have to discard a card from your hand unless you want to use a defense. There we go. You'll have to
Defense is
discard a card from your
good.
hand.
Can I use flight?
Did you just buy it last turn? Yes. Then it's exhausted until your next turn, so I'm afraid you can't. I'm sorry. And then you'll have to discard one from your hand unless you want to use your weaponry for a defense. This is a guard. Oh, you have level 2, right?
Even level 1 says guard, hero, or officer.
Oh, never mind then. Yes. So yeah, you could use invisibility to ignore that.
Guard no see me.
Exactly. So now that that's done,
So
there are no recur abilities. We're going to cycle the powers. Thank you.
teleportation. Oh, that's a good power. That's a really good power.
So it does have some hidden drawbacks in that if there are no cards in the discard pile, i.e. you just shuffled, you can't draw one. And if there are only power surges in the discard pile, you still can't draw one. So, yeah. So it is your turn, sir. So we've got heroes and guards. We're going to refresh
the
that.
shield.
Those guys are refreshed. You'll discard your defense. That'll go there. Perfect. And then if you want to buy a power with those, you can.
I'm gonna save up. I wanna get level 2 blast. Alright, and since I have energy, since I do have energy blast, do I have to tap it to get rid of the...
Yep, so you'd spend a power surge.
Yep, it's expensive to use power.
Well, I've got... Alright, I'll just discard 1,
Okay.
and then I'll use the 2 attacks.
And if you use that with your energy blast to increase those
that
to
takes
2
it out.
each, that's 4, so that actually finishes that off.
Alright.
Fist bump.
So this is a victory card, so that's going to go over in the victory pile. And now you're going to get your cards back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And we're going to do an event.
Seeing good things in our direction here.
Counterattack. So it's the same thing we just got. So this special forces is going to make everybody discard a card from your hand, starting with you.
Or defense.
Or defense if you have it. So you guys can all go there.
My defense, please, because there's no limit on level 2.
Well, except for the fact that you've already used it,
It's
but
already
you can
tapped.
use your weaponry to gain a defense. Well, but that doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get it back at the beginning of your turn. So you're better off keeping that, so you're more defended next turn. No problem. So now that we've done that, we're going to cycle the powers. And then,
Force
Scott, it is your turn.
Yes, sir. And then untap and kind of tap it again for another.
Yep.
To meet the victory conditions, could you have multiple copies of this?
Absolutely, yep. It's any 4 of those cards. So it could be 3 force fields and one control panel. Doesn't matter.
And I will destroy the special forces.
Oh,
So
that's
the
special.
problem is
Alright.
you can't, because that's going to make you discard the first attack card you play,
But you
and then the
put one
first
on
attack card you play against this is going to make you discard it. The special forces are hard to find, man. They've got stealth training. So the only thing you can do is you can play it so you've got 1 damage on that guy, and then the other one's going to get discarded. So
That's it. So then, I guess an event card.
there you go. So now we're going to play an event. It's a plot twist.
Uh-oh, what a
Oh, no.
twist.
So, the plot twist is going to make you reveal cards on the hero deck until you find one of the heroes needed to, based on the setting's victory conditions. So, because the Gadgeteer is already discarded, we're looking for the Protector. So, we've got the Tank, the Speedster, the Anti-Hero, the Super Spy, and the Protector. So these are going to get shuffled back in. The Protector is going to make you discard the first attack card you play each turn.
Ooh.
So between the Protector and the Shield Generator, you're discarding the first 2 attack cards you play each turn.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So on your next turn, you might want to get rid of the Shield Generator, if you can manage it.
And how much damage does it take for?
5.
4.
This one?
Yeah.
4 power surges.
Okay.
So it's expensive. Or this thing, yeah. So now that we've done the event, we're going to cycle the powers. Unfortunately, your energy blast goes away. There's 1 more in the deck. Actually, hold on, let me look.
Mimic.
No, actually, that was the last one. So, energy blast level 2 is no longer possible.
I will never be able to defeat any hero on my turn.
Oh.
Well, you can. You just can't automatically defeat it.
You're not like,
Exactly. So now it's your turn, sir.
there's one
Artemis needs
one
3
game
more
needs
members.
3
Oh, Artemis. That makes sense. I heard something crew members. Artemis kind of completes that statement. So,
It's because your mom and Kelly are already in the game. That's what it is. If you ever get a chance, Artemis is a blast.
I never have the chance to play it when it's available. I will one day, but until then.
Okay, so give up 2.
Okay.
Ouch.
Do 1 damage to the Protector.
Okay.
The Protector sucks.
Protector kind of does.
Powers, and you draw the.
While I shuffle these, do you mind playing
Sure.
a...
Okay, so we've got countermeasures. Play the top card of the obstacle deck. All of a sudden, out of the recess, another shield generator drops down.
Alright.
That's why Force Field was so important about this mission, because this place is full of shield generators.
Well, energy blast.
Now, technically, if you can take these out, they're victory cards. So it's a good thing they're there, except for the fact that they cripple you from being able to do anything. So other than that little tiny thing, they're good. So now let's cycle the powers.
Well, energy blast.
Yeah, that's going to really help you guys out. It's your turn, sir.
Okay, so untap that,
Yep.
and I'll pay a power surge to untap this.
Okay. Nice.
Then
Oh, don't forget to discard that defense card.
Oh, yeah. And just for giggles, I will. Well, wow, that sucks. Because we're -3 to attack now.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and I'll spend a power surge and this to tap the first shield generator.
Okay. So that's only -2 attack cards now, so I'll take that.
That's for the team, guys. That's for the team. So I will toss this away and attack. It's not like it does anything, and bank my defense.
Okay.
But at least I tried to help you guys out.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what?
And I'm saving this for an important moment, depending on what comes up now.
This is only going to stay exhausted until the beginning of his turn.
Oh, okay.
So you're better off saving that power surge than using it now.
Okay.
Or you could spend that power surge to take some power surge off of the defeat pile, which will put an extra power surge back into circulation.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
Team effort. The Assassin is all about the team effort.
Exactly.
You don't see me, but it's the team effort.
4-5. You didn't see me at the pep rally, but I was there in spirit, motivating and inspiring the rest of the school.
Blinking eyes underneath the
Exactly. So now you've got those. We're going to play an event, which is another countermeasures. Play the next Robotic Defenders. Robotic Defenders make you discard the first defense card you play every turn.
Let's see.
There are no recur abilities, so we can cycle the powers, and then we can go into the next turn.
Wait, don't worry. I've got a plan.
You've got a plan?
Yes.
I'd like to see your plan.
This better be a good plan.
It's your turn.
Alright, so since robotic defenses, one of the bypasses
Sorry,
is
just real quick, let's refresh these and discard that. There we go.
So one of the bypasses is mimic.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, you got a lot of...
spend 2,
I'll take those.
buy mimic,
Okay.
tap it.
Oh.
You have to spend a power surge when you tap that, and that will defeat the robotic defenders.
And
Good job,
I'll spend
good job.
another power surge to tap energy blast to get rid of the shield generators.
So that'll go on the victory pile.
All right.
And then I still have to go, and then I'll
You
just,
still, yeah, you still have 2 attack cards, so
So
that'll
I
go
give
in.
But your
discard.
attack counts as 2.
Doesn't matter. It's still
Oh.
1 card. So
and I only tapped it to just get rid of the shield generators. So
But good job.
that was a super
That
useful
was
turn right
awesome.
there. That was great.
Dude, you took care of like 60% of the obstacles. Uh-oh.
So the event card is Heroic Assault, which is going to trigger all of the heroes that are in play, and they're going to affect everybody. So the Protector doesn't do anything except defend, so you don't have to worry about that one. Unfortunately, this guy...
I would like to tap my thing to use my, may use this card out of turn, ignores any wings, and may interrupt an eyeball. To interrupt his eyeball.
It doesn't kill him.
Oh, well, I just want to interrupt his discard ability.
Because it doesn't kill him, it's still going to go off.
Okay.
And because it's not represented by a physical card, that damage will go away at the end of the turn.
Okay.
So you actually don't want to do that
Okay.
until you can finish something off.
Okay.
because of that, I'm gonna activate this defense,
Okay, yeah.
and I can use it out of turn. So
There you go. So you now have a point of defense to protect yourself from something. So, normally, like if he was sitting at 4 damage, and you wanted to use that to finish him off, that'd be great. But because it's not gonna kill him,
Uh-huh.
there's
Oh,
no
okay.
point in doing it. So
I was going to do it for the interrupting his eyeball.
so it only interrupts it in the sense of if you kill him before it goes off, then you're good.
Oh, okay.
But since it wouldn't kill him, his eyeball ability would just happen anyways.
Okay.
So basically, it's saying if he's almost dead, you can finish him off before he does something.
Okay.
So everybody's going to have to discard 2 cards from their hands, unless you've got defense.
Can I use flight?
You can use flight, yes.
3 defense.
So those are 2 defense. You've got 1 defense, so you'll have to discard 1 more. There you go. Ah,
No, don't fall.
there you go. And you have invisibility. Yep.
It's all good.
Oh. You spent 2 defense, right?
Yeah.
Hold on to those for a second.
Okay.
Because the next step is that he's going to discard 1 of your victory cards.
Okay.
If you want to prevent that, you're going to have to spend a total of 4 defense So between the two of you, you have 4.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you can save your victory cards, but you'll have to discard 2 from your hand.
Okay, we should be good.
Yeah, from your pile. Now, actually, you could spend 3 actually, because you've got weaponry which you can use as a defense. All right. So, are you protecting yourself or the victory pile?
The victory pile.
So you have to discard 2 from your hand. Team player, like, nice. All right,
The
cool.
assassin knows that, I can drop anybody I need, but
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
backup for the escape.
All right, so there we go. So you're making progress there. There are no recur abilities. Let's cycle the powers. Thank you. And then it's your turn, sir. Flight is an amazing power for the lunatic. It's good for anybody, but it's so much better for the lunatic.
And I'll tap for speed. Draw another.
Alrighty, I'll give you that real quick.
Let me think.
You do monster cards, right?
Yeah.
Your sign is MIA.
Oh, I've got it right here. 'Cause I'm at this table next. So. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cause stress. Thank you. I thought I was helping. I'm helping.
You were helpful and stole your stuff from them.
Yeah.
Villainous.
Well, I thought I told them that when I took it, but maybe, I don't know. They're busy.
You
so-
probably did, but it was the changing of hands up there, I
Yeah.
bet.
And they're busy, so I
Yeah.
get that. He's scheming.
He's
planning.
he is
he's
the
plotting.
lunatic.
Yep.
No one can understand the mad machinations of the lunatic.
That is a very good point. The lunatic was a hard archetype to nail down. We had to do a few different things beforehand, and they just didn't work the way we wanted to. And someone suggested this, and it was just so elegantly simple that we were like, I don't know why we didn't think about that from the beginning. So playtesting is so important. So
For the mimic,
yeah.
where you copy any power possessed by another player, can you do
That's
that
awesome.
for the purpose of the bypass?
Yep.
Dude, because you could copy my weather control.
Yeah, so then you could just like bypass.
Yeah,
Just
you,
like
you turn it off on your turn. That's an awesome ability.
Mimic is my favorite power in the game. Level 2 Mimic is amazing. I almost never get it, but it's amazing. Because it's like, hey, you've got level 1 Energy Blast over there, right? Well, I've got level 2 Mimic, so now I have level 2 Energy Blast.
Go ahead, buy some more powers.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Please
need
buy
some.
powers.
And this guy over here's got a ton of powers, so Mimic would be worth it.
Yeah, Mimic's a good one.
Be able to bypass those robotic defenses.
Yep.
Now, you can use... Oh, robotic... No, never mind. I thought that robotic defenders was out, but it's not.
I don't know if I want it or phasing.
So you have to attack first anyways, so go ahead and finish that off. So that's going to get discarded. There you go.
Damn shield generators.
Shield generators and protector, man. They're just stalling long enough for like more heroes to come out and
Yep.
just destroy you guys.
I'll try to take it out again. It keeps respawning.
Phasing is another good combo with the lunatic. So
And then I'm gonna bank 3 defenses.
okay. There's your 5 cards. Whoa, sorry about that. That was a terrible
Now we all
toss.
see them.
Untapped potential.
Uh-oh.
So there's a guard out. So you guys get to discard this guard, and then replace him with a hero.
Oh no.
He levels up. Like he gets bombarded by cosmic radiation, and then like comes out of the rubble in like spandex with a mask on somehow.
Promotion.
Oh god.
Which one did we get?
The tank. So when the tank is out, all attack cards have to be directed at him. He makes you discard the first attack card you play against him every turn, and you're discarding the next 2 attack cards you play every turn as well.
Ouch.
So
I don't know who made this game, but they're an asshole. Excuse my language.
But that's why they have the tank, and that's why we're the villains.
So there are no recur abilities.
Cycle powers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you're gonna cycle powers. Yeah, that's a good combination of stuff.
do
Oh,
1
thank you.
damage.
Hey, 1 is better than none.
Damage is damage.
Yep. And it's your turn, sir.
I have 3 attacks. I'm going to tap weapon tree. to at least put
Well,
one.
it's all got to go on him.
It's going to go him, yep.
Well, that's the first one, but it gets discarded.
Yeah, but he forces you to attack him with
He's
everything.
basically got aggro, so you got to all go to him
Yeah,
now.
so discard one.
Tapped.
Well, he was using his weaponry for the one to go away.
So here's the trick with weaponry. It doesn't give you an attack card. So what that means is that technically that can ignore his ability because you're not using it as an attack card, so you can use it to hit somebody else. And because it's not a card, it doesn't get discarded when you use it. But because you're not defeating somebody with it, at the end of your turn, that damage is going to go away. Because it doesn't have a physical card to represent who you hit. So if you do that, it's just going to go away anyways. You're better off saving it for its defense ability than using it now. So you played a total of 3 attack cards, right? So he makes you discard 1, he makes you discard number 2,
And
that makes you
shields.
discard number 3. So
Yeah,
this is a pretty rough combo, quite frankly.
yeah. They've got the shield wall up for sure.
Yeah. Of course, on your turn, if you can exhaust this guy
Yeah.
with your Ice Storm, you might be able to do enough damage to finish this guy off, and that would seriously reduce the amount of aggro or the amount of defense they have.
Yeah.
And on my turn, I can get rid of this.
Okay? There's your 5 cards. No problem. Now you are going to play an event. It's a plot twist,
Uh-oh.
which would pull another hero that's listed on the settings victory condition. But since both of those heroes are already in play, we're just going to play a new hero.
What a twist.
It's a good thing this came up for you. It's the Powerhouse. The Powerhouse is going to make you discard 3 cards from your hand.
Okay.
But since you have invisibility, you can be like, nope. So you go invisible, the Powerhouse is like misses you by a mile, and you're safe. There are no recur abilities, so we're going to cycle some powers.
You missed, and now you can make faces at it.
Exactly. You'll never know. And it is now your turn.
Yeah. So, yeah. Problem is, I only have 1 attack card.
Oh no.
So, I will toss it at the tank and bank.
Use it.
And I will save this one to see if Trevor can help me finish off the tank.
Fingers crossed.
I can donate 1 point of damage to you. Any.
Yep.
It's a temp one, so it has to be on when there's like cards piled. So,
There you go.
thank you.
You're welcome. Events.
Oh my god.
Heroic response. Play the top card of the hero deck. Wow.
The 1 cards I've been, starved for.
The leader. The leader is going to make it so all guards have +1 hit point while they're out, and he's going to make you discard a victory card unless you have 4 defense you can spend to prevent it, which you have 1 with your weaponry, plus a couple in your defense. You have enough defense on the table to prevent this. So if you want to spend like 2 of those, that'll be good.
I've got 1.
You've got 1. Okay, then that's 4. So you do not have to discard a victory card. Then he's going to make you play a guard card, which is a soldier. So he's going to make you discard 1 card from your hand.
Okay.
There we go. There are no recur abilities. Let's cycle the powers. If you guys somehow manage to,
This is gonna be some scary shit here.
if you manage to defeat the shield generator and take out this protector, you guys win. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just letting you know that you're so close. It's your turn, sir.
Okay.
So go ahead and, yep.
Refresh my abilities.
You
Okay.
pressed this last time, Trevor. Do some
Alright.
magic.
So, energy. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna use energy blast to take out that shield. Oh wait, I don't have
Another power surge, yeah. Otherwise, that would have been
Well,
amazing.
that's-
That would have been a critical
Wait,
move.
We're still losing 3 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that has to go on the tank.
I just
And
love the look he gave.
That's
Just
right. You have to hit the tank. Who's the tank?
The tank.
There are no. Oh, so now we're gonna go ahead and give you your cards. While I'm shuffling, do you mind playing the event, please?
Sure. So, event card. Hull Breach. Each player must discard 2 of any combination of Power Surge or the little scroll.
Victory points. Yep.
So.
Well, there's only one, and that goes on the defeat pile.
Okay.
Now, luckily, we just shuffled the villain deck, so there are no other victory points or power surges to discard. How many did you need? 3?
For each player who cannot do so, discard Power Surge from the villain discard pile.
We just shuffled that, so you dodged a bullet, so you're good there.
Okay, equal to the number of that were not discarded by players.
Yep.
And then bank all Power Surge and victory points in the discard pile this way on the space station.
Yep. So that's going to go there. So not terrible, but you know, it still does take a power surge away from you.
Yeah.
So now that we're done with that, we're going to cycle the powers. I'm going to guesstimate you guys have about 11 turns left.
Looks about it.
So again, not impossible, but it just might be kind of difficult. So it is your turn, Scott.
Tap.
All right. Go ahead and discard that defense card you got there. There we go.
Darn it. It's walk tap.
How many power surges do you have, if I may ask?
2.
2?
Yeah, it's about the only thing I can do.
If you'd gotten another power surge.
Yeah, I know, right?
So you've got 2 ways you can do this. You can either put 2 power surges on this and hope that he's got enough power surges to finish it off.
I do.
Or you can buy yourself another power.
Yeah, but it's not the one I want. I want phasing.
Yeah, phasing level 2 is kind of amazing.
If you put some points on that shield generator, I can finish it off.
That's true.
I
That's
think
true.
that's the best thing to do with this.
I think it really is. You guys need to deal with one of those things.
Because we're just getting blocked too much.
I know, it's rough.
Rejection.
You know what it is? These guys are all about the force field technology on the station.
Heck yeah.
No, it's just like,
Have you seen space?
Yeah.
It's big. It's cold. It's
No.
scary.
They were
Look at all the
working-
freaking hole breaches in this thing.
No, when they were working with their budget, force field. Just had to buy all.
There you go. Yeah, really what it was is, they had a contract with a specific, contractor who invested heavily in force field technology and thinks it just solves every problem ever. So that's what it was. So there are no recur abilities. Oh wait, we have to play an event first. Alarm. Play the top 2 cards of the guard deck.
Oh no.
It's a soldier. He's going to make you discard a card from your hand, but you got defense.
Yeah.
No, they're
You're better off, yeah.
the soldiers are just sitting back, drinking beer.
And it's
while
another
the tank
soldier. He's
takes-
going to make you discard another card from your hand.
Now they're just playing cards while the tank takes.
Now they finally woke up.
Now
and
we're gonna
realized
cycle the
something's
powers.
wrong. No.
But now they're just watching the villains fail at attacking and then mildly hit the tank.
Basically, yeah. And it is your turn, sir.
They're like, well, since all these heroes are here, let's get out and do our job.
Yeah.
It's safe now.
They're like, we can't get this door open. Oh wait, the heroes are here? Okay, now we can go.
I'll attack anything at random.
Alright.
Well, the tank.
He just flails randomly.
And I'll bank my defenses and any
Wow. Alright.
Don't you get to untap your hero? Or,
After the
power surge one?
You haven't had a power surge in like several turns, have you?
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
I assume that most of them are in that pile.
Yeah, there are several in there, that's true. Event. Counterattack. Trigger all abilities possessed by guards in play. They affect everybody. So, you're going to have to discard 3 cards from your hand. Luckily, you've got 3.
Don't wait. And
I'm going to go ahead and tap.
Ignore the entire thing. All the guards.
so for me, I tap in.
You are correct.
I tap my invulnerability and use 2 defenses.
Okay.
I'm going to tap mine to actually save everybody 1 card from one of these guys.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
So, guys, it's 1 less.
There you go. There you go. You get to keep that.
And I'll tap this to block one of those.
So you'll still take 1.
All of a sudden, the
And you
guard's
have-
like, give me your cards, and a shake comes through his chest.
Exactly. I'm sorry in advance. Oh God, why? It hurts.
So 2 cards.
Yep.
Oh.
Now we're gonna cycle some powers.
Oh. Because I was planning on buying a power and killing the shield.
I only have 1 power surge.
It is your turn, sir.
Okay, so everything's good. All I'm really going to do is spend my 2 power surge to kill the shield.
All right. That's gonna go in the victory pile. You now have the 4 cards you need. You just need to get the protector. And I will just, for the sake of conversation, I'm not pointing fingers or blaming. If somebody had put the Gadgeteer on that victory pile at the beginning of the game, you would have just won. So I'm just saying that, you know, it's somebody's fault that you haven't won yet, but I'm not saying whose.
But none of us, well, I guess you're the only one that has a victory point.
Actually, your powers get counted as victory points as well. So each power is worth 1.
So that's it for my turn.
That was still a good turn. With
Yeah.
only 2 cards, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. So
Not as nice as the 4 power surges I had that I was
I
thinking
know.
I can finally load up on
Not
some
just
powers.
yours.
That's right, event cards.
no, it's so much worse than an alarm.
Oh no.
You guys would have gotten off easy if it was an alarm. It's a heroic assault.
Oh,
so
no.
all of these guys are going to trigger. So let's start with the leader. The leader is going to make you discard a victory card. If you want to prevent that, you're going to need victory card from the victory pile.
Oh.
So you'll need 4 total defense.
I've got 2.
They need to be on the table.
Guys, let it happen. We've got plenty.
You got 4? Perfect.
Oh.
So there you go.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
Let's see in the end the heroes.
Then he's going to make us play a guard, which is a soldier. So the soldier is going to make the active player. Whose turn was it?
Mine.
Yours. You're going to discard a card from your hand. Thank you. The powerhouse is then going to make everybody discard 3 cards from their hand.
And they call us the villains. Just because we came here to rob them of a
I guess
prisoner.
this would be the better deal. Now, even though this is useless.
Then
It's because I killed that guard. They got all heroic and rallied.
the super soldier is going to make everybody discard 2 cards from their hands.
I am.
Just clean us out.
Well, I guess this is costing me an arm and a leg.
Now we're all
Literally,
cardless.
yes. And then, as the last little hatu, the tactician is going to make you discard a victory card.
The tactician?
Tactician. Oh, sorry, the super soldier is going to make you discard a victory card.
Or is it the group one?
No, it's from the.
Okay, good. I don't have to
Grab one of
get
the shield
rid of my
generators.
abilities.
Take out the shield generator.
All right.
At least we can get satisfaction that somebody's taking out another shield generator.
I think that was probably the roughest.
Wow.
That's the roughest event card I've seen in a year of playtesting this game. So you guys have just earned a very exclusive
Achievement
distinction.
unlocked.
Yes. It may not feel like much, but you'll go down in the Villains and Henchmen Hall of Fame for
They
the
robbed
worst,
us blind.
the worst event card ever. And
Well, the worst combination ever.
now we're gonna go ahead and cycle the powers.
I'm not going to get invulnerability either.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
I was looking at that elemental control going, that would be really nice.
It is now your turn.
Alright. Okay.
There's nothing to do.
There's your 5 cards.
Hey, you got cards, man. Good job. We're all jealous.
It's a hull breach.
Oh.
So we're going to discard 2 power surges from here for each player. That's 1, 2 for you.
And we kind of loaded it
That's
up,
1,
too.
2 for you. And that's it. So that's going to add 4. What's the total?
8.
With these?
That's cool.
All right, so you're good. So you're 2 below losing. So now we're going to cycle the powers. And I'll take that other flight. There we go. Thank you. It is your turn, sir.
I'll take a villain card for speed.
1 card is better than no cards. Unless it's an attack card, in which case it's effectively no cards.
not much I can do with this, so I'll bank that.
That's not bad.
And then I'm done.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Careful that they don't rob us blind.
Countermeasures. Play the top card of the obstacle deck.
Oh.
It's a laser turret, so everybody gets to discard cards, and you get to discard cards, and you
The
get to
joke's
discard
on
cards.
you, no card.
Yeah, you can protect, and you actually can use that, and you don't have to discard anything if you use your invulnerability. So there you go.
You're like, just blast me, lasers. I
There
got
you go.
this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a son.
You're already unconscious, so the lasers kind of like turn and chew, and then they turn and keep attacking these guys. So now we're going to cycle some. Oh wait, these guys have a recur ability, which is going to make you discard a card from your hand. Oh wait, you use flight, you ignore it completely. There you go. So you don't worry about that this turn. So now we're going to cycle some powers.
Uh-oh, we're getting thin.
And it is your turn, sir.
Well,
I believe I draw 5 cards.
Now, because you have weaponry, and that doesn't count as a card, you can actually use it to defeat this guard if you want.
They're
to.
only ones.
It's only
But don't
one,
we have to go after the tank?
because it's not an attack card.
Oh,
This only
okay.
redirects attack cards to hit.
Nice.
Or you can keep it to use it as a defense.
Dude, it's Victor
I'll
point.
try the.
There you go. You're welcome.
Join me in the old we got a couple guards in our body bags club.
After all of this, managed to
It's a little something, you know?
it was like,
Oh wait,
Yeah.
did you have that guard when the hull breach came out?
Yes.
That should go in the.
Okay.
So we're up to
But
9.
take one of those power surges out. Oh wait, no, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, it stays in. Sorry.
so we're one away from the
Yep. So you're at 9 instead of 10.
Oh, great. If there's another whole breach.
There's your 5 cards. Let's play an events.
But if nothing else, we showed up and wrecked this place.
It's a backup systems, so that's gonna make us. This is gonna trigger, so everybody has to discard a card from their hands first off.
Defense.
Okay, invisibility will prevent that. Then it's going to make us play another one, which is robotic defenders. So robotic defenders is gonna make everybody discard the first defense card they play every turn.
Oh, wait. Can't. Wait, do
Not, on your turn, you can.
I can use that turn.
On your turn, yep.
Oh.
I'm thinking we
Then
we should
this has
leave
a
our
recur
villain
ability,
behind.
but you use invisibility, so you ignore that. Now we're gonna cycle the powers.
Is he really a villain if he got captured?
Dude, Nicky.
And it is now your turn, sir.
Okay. I will not untap. I will say, you don't see the assassin.
Okay.
My pockets are empty. Oh no.
You guys remember that card that made all the heroes attack you guys and things were really bad?
Yeah.
So that's the card that we're getting again this turn.
Heroic assault?
So
Isn't
you
that
guys might want to just surrender. Just put your
Yeah.
hands up. Let them arrest you and put you
It
in
was
prison.
nice to get to hold these 5 cards.
I'd rather die.
So that was a really rough game, but that was Villains and
still fun.
Henchmen from its highs to its lows.
This is an awesome game.
Yeah, so wow. I think that's probably one of the most impressive tables at the end of the game that I've ever seen.
To the end.
Yeah,
To
you
the
guys
end.
fought hard, that's for sure. If you are interested, you're welcome to take our postcards, which have examples of the art, and our Facebook info. And if you wouldn't mind filling out a survey for us to tell us what you thought, that'd be
Heck
great.
yeah.
So let me grab the surveys, and you guys don't have to pack everything up. I can take care of that.
We can help.
Okay, well thank you.
Group effort.
That was fun. Even though we lost horribly. Well, not horribly. I mean, they're never using this place again.
You know, they proved that the force field technology works.
They did, that's true.
Well, unless someone can bypass it.
And by the way, from a cleanup point of view, I love how all the cards are quite clearly color marked,
Oh, yes.
so it's easy to break them back into new groups.
We were for the longest time just using printed pieces of paper in magic card sleeves that had an initial on the back. It was impossible to tell them apart. We were so happy when we finally got this. We actually only got this prototype 3 weeks ago, so this is
Nice.
really new. This is only the second event that's ever seen it, so.
That was tragic. Awesome, but tragic.
You're welcome to take these if you like. Basically, you all get copies of both.
Score, thank you.
You're welcome. So you can put them up in your cubicle or at home or whatever, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
like, hey, I played that game.
With the gamers I've got at work, oh yeah.
Cool.
I got an achievement for that game.
Oh yeah, actually, can I see your survey? Thank you. And if you want to fill this out, you're welcome to. Actually, do you think you're going to fill it out?
Oh, yes.
Cool. In that case, so let's see, that was the leader, powerhouse,
The tank.
tank, protector, and super soldier.
Combined.
With our powers combined, we are unbeatable.
There you go. So I'll make sure I give you guys a shout out on our on social media.
Nice.
So if you guys are okay with me mentioning you by name, I'll make sure to do that. So. Oh yeah, and if you give us your email address, we'll put you on our mailing list for our Kickstarter updates. We're going to go to Kickstarter in February of next year. We just have to finish up the last artworks or the last art pieces and finish up the revising our icons and graphic design. So, otherwise, thank you for playing. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. All right.
Are you guys working on any other games?
Yeah, actually, our other game is called Monster Crush, and I'll be running it in 30 minutes at 4 o'clock at this table. And it's a dating show for monsters. So it's much different tone and theme. It's much more lighthearted. It's a bluffing game. So you bid basically every round to say that you have the best match with the love interest. You can bluff. There are special cards you can use to like say, well, the love interest isn't interested in men anymore. The love interest is interested in women, or now the love interest isn't evil, she's good, or whatever the case may be. So it lets you do a lot of stuff. The game was about an hour and a half.
90
If you're
minutes.
interested in the art style we're using for Monster Crush, just because this might convince you to come back and give it a try. Okay, well, that's Monster Crush. Those are the two different art styles. So we'll be here the rest of the day and tomorrow. So if you want to give it a try.
Are you doing anything after 5 o'clock or something?
I'm running another Villains and Henchmen at 7, and then another Monster Crush at 9. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy. I'll be at this table for the rest of my life.
I have to take a picture of this. I'll take a picture of the achievement.
No, I live in San Diego.
Oh, short.
Yeah. It's 6 hours. But I've got a friend who lives out here, and he's been telling me to come to this convention for years. This is the first year where I had the opportunity and had a good reason to come. So, this is the first time I've ever been. Oh, cool.
RinCon's a great venue to come on out to. Of
Yeah,
course, I'm
it's
local,
Nice, small,
so.
little, intimate.
But it's a great one to meet other game designers and things like that, and find out, how other folks do stuff.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Sign to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Sure, let me sit down. Luckily, I don't have to rush to clean up because I'm at this table next.
There you go.
Oh,
See, super easy.
I'll be over at that table.
Okay. He's checking out Infinity. Hey guys, Jim here from Creative Play and Podcast Network. I've got Ben.
hi, Ben.
Uh, Classic.
Wow, you can tell I'm good on camera.
Yep.
Or on microphone, whatever this happens to be.
Audio.
Jim.
Jim. Yep.
all right. Hi, Jim.
Ben. Villains and Henchmen. An awesome game we just got done playing.
That's us. We're Ravensdale Publishing. This is our first game. We've been developing it since last November 2014. My wife and I have worked on it together during that period of time, and it's coming to Kickstarter in February of 2016. So, yeah, we're doing pretty well with it. We're on all the social media, well, not all the social media, but
We're on Twittering you.
Perfect. Yeah, we're Twitter at @RavensPublish, and Instagram at ravensdale.publishing, and we're on Facebook under Ravensdale Publishing as well. So
Which I'll be hunting you down to find you shortly there.
perfect. Yeah, and I'll be checking out your podcast and like, looking over all the stuff you
So
have to
how
offer.
would you describe the game?
So it is a 1 to 4 player cooperative game. So you're playing the bad guys in a comic book themed kind of universe, and you're trying to break your supervillain boss out of one of 4 different prisons. So even though you're the bad guys, it is a cooperative game for the most part. There's kind of a 5% competitive element, so if you are one of those people who every time you play a game you have to win above everybody else, this game has a little kind of mechanic for you, which is always nice if you feel like sticking it to the rest of the players. So
And there's a lot of opportunities when we played that. Do we want to do it for glory or do we want to do it for the team?
Yep, yeah, there are a lot of times where you have to make a choice and either contribute to the strategic victory or boost yourself up. So it's always interesting to see what choices people make and how their choices change over the course of the game. Because
a lot of changes can happen.
yeah, the game can change very quickly, and as a result, you can be near victory one turn, and the next turn, everything's falling apart. So
Things do happen very bad, very quick sometimes.
yes.
So,
Go
so
ahead.
besides the space station, what other prisons are there?
Oh, that's a great question. We have the military compound, which starts off with lots of guards. So they're not very threatening in and of themselves, but if you accumulate a lot of guards, it's like the military showing up. It's going to be a problem. We've also got the super prison, which starts off with a fair number of guards and obstacles, and more importantly, has a special event that makes you discard your powers after you've purchased them.
Ouch.
So you might have cool powers, then you get one of those special cards and you have to discard one of them. And then the last one is the hero headquarters. This one tends to be the most difficult, but imagine you are kicking down the front door of a super team that starts with A but is not
Owned by a mouse.
Yeah, that's not owned by a mouse. You're kicking down the front door of their house while they are home. And that's what the hero headquarters is like. You start with a bunch of heroes out, and it just goes downhill from there. So,
But honestly, it's a great game.
I'm
I
glad.
love the little placemats. I mean,
yeah, obviously, it's still a prototype, so we've got to tweak a few elements. But yeah, we've got them there to help you kind of learn the turn.
structure.
Exactly. So you can refer back to it the first few turns. Usually people, by the 4th or 5th turn of the game, they've got the process down. They don't need to keep checking the steps every turn, and they're just more invested in everything that's going on the table. So it's a great thing to kind of keep things structured and guide people along, but people don't tend to rely on it for very long before they've got it down.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's really quick to pick up. I mean, by 3rd round, we're getting it down, doing it ourselves,
Yeah, exactly. We really wanted to make a game that had a lot of complexity and depth to it, but where each turn was very simple and quick. Because nobody likes to, well, I shouldn't say nobody, sorry. A lot of people like to play these kinds of games, and I'm one of them to a certain extent, where every player's turn takes 20 to 30 minutes of planning and strategizing and optimizing, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you just want a quick game, sometimes it can be tough to find something that's really complex and has some strategy
A
and
lot of
planning.
meat.
Yeah, but is also relatively quick from one turn to the next. And in Villains and Henchmen, you play a turn in 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, minute tops, yeah.
And so it comes back around to your turn really quickly. And in that amount of time, by the time it comes back around to you, the game table has changed a lot.
It completely evolves. I mean, one strategy starts out one way, then also when it gets back to me, I'm like, ooh, I can't do that.
Right, because the powers you thought would be there aren't there. You've got new heroes, new obstacles, and so it really does require paying close attention without having to understand
Plot 10
long
moves in the
term.
future.
Yeah, exactly. Long term strategy. So it's kind of a nice midpoint. I think. So.
And the artwork is gorgeous. I mean, there's some beautiful artwork on it.
I have to agree with you. I lucked out. I've got a bunch of friends who are creative types who were willing to work with me at a huge discount. Because when you're making a board game, the biggest cost is actually art.
Yeah.
Most people think it's manufacturing, and yeah, that's expensive. But I mean, you're going to make your money back on that, assuming you have a successful game. The artwork, though, if you are doing the quality that I'm at my price point, for this game is about $5,000, and that's at a severe discount. If I'd gone with normal art, not normal artists, but kind of professional commissioned artists, it would probably be $15,000.
Yeah, because the artwork is gorgeous.
Yeah, we've got some great artists. Devin McCarthy did the light control card. He's a friend of mine. He's also on DeviantArt and everything like that. And then another guy I met through a playtest of the game at another event, and he did the artwork for the Manipulator and our other archetypes, like my personal favorite, the Cyborg.
Oh, yeah.
So he's done all of our archetype cards, and he's just phenomenal. So we've got a team of 5 different artists, all of whom have slightly different styles, which gives it that comic book feel.
Because mix.
Yeah, you'll pick up one issue, and the next issue is a different artist.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool like that.
Yeah.
Keeps it aesthetically interesting. So.
And you did a great job of trying to have a bunch of villains that could be great geniuses or fumbling buffoons.
Yeah, we tried to kind of keep it away from being too comedic, because a lot of games where you play the bad guys, you're falling over yourselves. You're kind of the bumbling henchman. So we wanted this to be a little bit more serious. You're villains. You're good at your job. Whether you're good enough to successfully break your supervillain out is a different matter, but it's a more serious in tone.
And hey, as the assassin, I killed quite a few.
You did, yeah. You managed to take out quite a few good guys.
Quite a few good guys.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But yeah.
That's us.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
I'll get this posted. I'll let you know when it's up. And
cool. I appreciate
definitely,
that.
thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for bringing a great game to the group.
My pleasure. I'm glad you think it's great. So.
Hey, definitely.
And do you have a business card?
Actually, I didn't bring them.
Okay, fair enough.
But Creative Play and Podcast Network.
Okay.
.com.
And you've got my...
I've got your card, yeah.
Perfect. Shoot me an email.
Okay.
And I'll put it up on my social media and just mention it, so we'll cross-promote.
Anything we can do to get the word out there for this, because especially when I walked up earlier and you said Kickstarter, I'm like, another Kickstarter to back.
Yeah. I'm a Kickstarter fiend. I love it so much.
Kickstarter's a great venue for games. It really is.
It has revolutionized the gaming industry.
Because it lets the small guy basically, here's my product, check it out, get to know it, a great PR tool, and hopefully a way to get the product launched.
It is. It's actually really interesting. So Kickstarter is a great way to kind of get your product on the market. However, you need funding of some sort to get it to be Kickstarter ready.
Yeah.
Because you have to have some art, you have to have a complete product. You can't show up with a really ugly prototype and be like, hey, back this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of costs that go into just getting to the point of being Kickstarter ready.
And a lot of time.
Yeah, and a lot of time. And then you have to do the Kickstarter. And if you fund, then you have to manufacture. So Kickstarter is not the beginning of that process. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't necessarily recognize that behind the scenes.
How long would you say before you even got close to, Kickstarter?
My wife and I actually started working on this in November of last year. So, I mean, we've only been doing this for less than a year now.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah, well, my wife is pretty awesome. So,
Wives are sometimes.
Yeah. I've played Dungeons and Dragons. I've run games forever. So I've always done writing and putting together stories and stuff like that. So she brings the more practical organizational side to the creative thing. So I'll come in and say, hey, here's this idea, and she's like, well, here's how we implement that idea. So she's been really great about keeping me on track.
She's the even
and-
keel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always great
So,
to have on the team.
It really is. Because I could have gone a billion different directions. She was the one who said, remember who we're making this for. We're not making it for die-hard, strategic wargamer
The small
types.
click.
Exactly. So she really helped kind of funnel it in the right direction. So
And definitely, I mean, I'll back you on the Kickstarter and then
Awesome.
probably throw a game or two over at Tucson Games and Gadgets.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
So that way, the store can see it, and the store can maybe have another game day session with it.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So,
Because, dude, you've come up with a great product.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
All
Thank
right.
you for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
it.
much.
All right.
Hey guys, Mark Cato from Tucson Games and Gadgets. Want to tell you a little bit about what's going on here today at RinCon, where you guys should be. I hope you're going to be coming this coming year if it's coming up. We come here to RinCon because we want to meet all the people here in Tucson that we play games with in our store. And of course, RinCon, you're going to be finding all of this stuff right on the tables and have a lot of fun. It's amazing. I hope you're here. I hope we're going to see you soon.
So where can people go when they're not at RinCon to play games?
Come on down to Tucson Games and Gadgets at 2900 East Broadway. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Found you and followed you.
Sweet. Thank you.
Creative PP is now following you.
Awesome. I'll follow you back.
Nothing worse than feeling does not want to pop.
I hate that. The worst is when it's kind of living in a cold for like a week and a half.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
all of a sudden out of nowhere it pops and just like, whoa.
Literally shocked and stunned at the same time.
Yeah. Alright, so I need a couple of things.